Hi Steve, it's Garry Forrester in St Andrews here. Hope you're well, and thanks for sending some more videos of your swing for me. I understand you've had a little bit of trouble trying to get consistent contact and flight on the golf ball. I just want to go through a couple of things that I've already kind of spotted that we could improve on. Now, on the left hand side we see your position, and on the right is Aaron Baddeley. Now, I'm just going to look at the spine angle to start with. So from a line from his chin going through his sternum and pelvis, you can see that his upper body is loaded a little bit more over to the right side. And if we look at where your head position and your sternum and your pelvis is, that you're kind of favouring more your upper body leaning onto your left leg. So what I would like to kind of see a bit more is probably you putting the ball position back a little bit, and then putting your spine angle more to the right as well. Just want a couple of things there, just in the setup position. Now, the main trouble that I think we're going to see quite clearly here is that when you get to the top of your backswing, we're going to look at how you've got up there, and also that the fact that at the top of your backswing you can see your shoulders haven't really done a 90-degree turn. Now, whether they can or not, I don't know if you've had any injuries at all, but certainly from that position there, if I do a line from the edge of your left shoulder, you'll see that it goes through your knee and down on the golf ball. Now, if that ball position was back a little bit, you'd find that you've not loaded behind the golf ball at all. So I guess it's a couple of wrongs here in your case, where the ball was being forward, that you still could have got a little bit behind the golf ball. If we look at Aaron Baddeley here, and the rotation up to the top of the backswing, his shoulders have done a bit more of a 90-degree turn. I'd also say that his hips have done a little bit more of a turn as well because of that. But if I put a line from his left shoulder, you'll see that it cuts more down the middle and also or more over to his right side, so therefore loading up behind the golf ball. In terms of length of the swing, you can see you're both in a similar position. But looking at the way he gets up there, this is more coming from the takeaway, that the upper body, the arms and the club are turning away from the golf ball much more together. So even if I just get to a point here where his arms are parallel to the ground, you'll see the movement you have is that the arms look really sort of disconnected and stretched out away from the body, that you're looking to try and power your arms into a position at to get up to the top of the backswing. So you can see there, arms are parallel to the ground, the same as arms is. You can see how there's quite a bit of a difference in the way the body's working to get it up there. So that's pretty much what I see from that kind of camera angle. In terms of working through, because you don't have that sort of sensation of coiled, or at least I don't think you do, the body doesn't know what to do to start the downswing. If we look at the coiledness and the difference of rotation that Aaron has between his shoulders and his hips, you say his shoulders are doing about a 90-degree turn, and his hips are doing probably around 40, between 35-40 degrees. So that 50-degree difference in rotation, and from where your shoulders are 70-degree turn and your hips are doing probably about 40 degrees as well, maybe 35. So not a great deal of difference in coiledness. I know Aaron's just quite a young guy, fit guy. These tour players work out every day, but I still think that there's a bit more in it for you. So therefore, the uncoiled feeling of when you feel wound up, your body kind of tells you that it wants to just kind of come out of it, and that's where the smoothness and the efficiency of Aaron here, as he clears out of the way. Like I said, it looks more efficient. And I see yourself here, you're trying to find a bit more power, what I think you do anyway, and trying to get that golf ball flying. So here we are, we're on down the line view. This is where it's going to be pretty clear what happens because of the lack of rotation in the start of the golf swing. Again, I'm just going to put another swing on from down the line here as well. Aaron with an iron. Just put a plain line in here just so that we can get an idea on the golf swing, at least a reference point. Now, because his arm's body on the right here turns earlier, you can see that it starts off that if you look at the gap between his hands and his legs in the beginning, you'll see that quite clearly in the early part of the swing that gap remains the same. Now again, the gap from that you have, and as you're starting, you see how the arms and the hands are really working away from the body to try and get a position on the golf swing. Now, what I remember before, I remember that the club head used to come under the red line and your hands would be above. So what you've done in terms of the improvement here is very good. You know, the club head is passing through the line of the hands, which is good, but we've now got to try and get the arms and the body linked a bit more together. So again, getting into the same point, you'll see that where the club is now kind of passing through the line of the hands, you can see that it's quite a bit above your waistline, and also it's out from your body quite a lot. So as you both now work your way up to the top of the backswing, your hands have worked up more through your neck and above your shoulder, and then you have to drop. So the arms are getting disconnected away from the body, and then they're dropping, trying to connect back in. So looking at the top of the backswing, very simple, efficient move, up, down, and the arms are very much linked with the body there. And the thing is, the driver is exactly the same. We look at trying to get your driver swing on here. From the setup, you see again the spine angle just that little bit more, too much loaded over to your left side, which means that it's actually loading up, you know, too much towards the golf ball. Especially with the driver, we've got to feel that we're getting more loaded. If I do the second line here, away from the golf ball. So that's kind of more the spine angle we're looking at there. Again, as we start the takeaway, a lot of pressure in the hands on the club. Arms are kind of locked on the takeaway. It looks like you're really trying to push that club away from you. And again, the rotation or the load of the upper body is not quite there. So therefore you have to find something, like I said, with the iron shot. And similar thing with the driver. Again, just put the reference line in there. So the space between the end of the handle and the body, immediately there's a kind of strong additional pressure added onto the handle, and then the arms are working away from the body again. So quite disconnected at that point. Although the position looks reasonable at the top of the backswing here, you have to redirect or reconnect the arms to the body. Now I kind of think that you're getting from this that you could you know, try and make the swing a bit more easier by linking everything together and staying that way. So really just kind of some points to remember there for you, Steve. One piece takeaway, trying to get the arms, the club, hands, arms, chest and shoulders to turn away from the golf ball together. The feeling is it's going to be more on the inside in the takeaway. The sensation at the top of the backswing is feeling the coil between the hips and the shoulder rotation, and basically getting the upper body to turn around the right leg. I'm going to add on a couple of drills as well. One is, well actually I've got one video, the other one I haven't, I've got a video but I'll try and explain it as clearly as I can. One video is to explain the one piece takeaway, and it's a great way to start the swing. That's really where it's all coming from. And the second one is, and I'll explain this to you, is if you hold down the shaft to the point that the end of the handle is connected into your hips, and you start your takeaway and keep the handle connected to the hips, so again that gives you the feeling that the upper body and the arms in the club are working away from the golf ball, turning away from the golf ball together. You'll get the idea when you see the takeaway drill video that I add on to the end of this analysis. So Steve, I hope you get some good information from that. I think it's pretty straightforward. You know, just trying to get the takeaway working together, getting yourself set up a bit better first of all, and I look forward to hearing your progress when the next time that you're in contact. So good luck with that, and we'll be in touch very, very soon. All the best.